All right. So hey, welcome. Welcome to the third and final session of the AMA for cohort one. We have only a select few of applicants with us right now. Jampol, applicant number 20 in this cohort one. Yes, feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us a little about your application and what you plan on using the grant money for.
Hey, I'm Juan Pablo. I'm from Argentina. I'm actually the team lead of the community guild in Talent Protocol. Talent Protocol is, we can say, it's like the LinkedIn for Web3, to say it in a simple way for beginners. It's a community where you can create a profile. Um, invest in people's career, like for example, shares of a company, well, but in people. So in this way, you can help them actually develop their career. A simple example is, for example, I'm a big talent, I have big potential, but I have not money because I'm from Latam. And people can invest in me, and for example, with that money I buy a computer, develop my career, get a job, and well, people that invest in me get a benefit, of course. That's one of the futures. It's not what about the protocol is its main goal. You can also create a profile and have like a social media interaction with other talents. They can interact with you, give you advice, create, I don't know, maybe guilds for share knowledge. Also, people can search for jobs in this platform because they can see different talents, their skills, what they have achieved. Um, and yeah, it's like a place to get jobs and people to hire other Web3 employers. And yeah, that's like the main goal in a sum up of the platform. I'm leading right now the community guild, so I'm very focused on what is like community content, in real life events, videos, guides, tutorials, social interaction. And it would be nice, I applied for this cohort because I'm pretending to use the funds for upgrading our content. For example, hire professional editors. For example, for our we did like the talent house in DevCon. We get like 20, no, 14 students to Colombia, to DevCon, like all paid trip, to get them the opportunity to get their first conference experience. Well, we like record a lot of that content, but we can't edit it like in a professional way. Well, for example, we can hire an editor to edit that. Um, Maybe do some complex research, use that money to get more people in more experience to the next conference. For example, I don't know, maybe Ethereum Denver next year, and all that. That is the main idea and why I'm here right now.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Um, as you're the only one in the AMA today, and we have two other punks in here. Do any of you guys have any follow up questions for Jan Pohl?
Feel free to ask anything.
Um, so just to clarify, you with the platform you were talking about, the talent platform, are you involved with that project or are you a member of it? I was just confused by that.
Yeah, I'm Talent Protocol. I'm the lead community there. Yeah, I'm like involved with them. I'm working with them right now.
Oh, okay, great. My question then is, what would you say was like the most, the biggest success story that's come from that protocol so far?
Well, I think like what I talked earlier about the talent house, like giving people the opportunity to travel to conference, like to Ethereum conference. I think that are life changing experience. For example, in my case, I went to Ethereum Rio at the beginning of a year of another DAO, a different DAO, and it changed my life like completely. So I think giving that opportunity to other students, like opening the doors to a new world, new opportunities, networking with literally, for example, I don't know, the real Vitalik. I think that's awesome.
Hey, great to hear. Thank you. Looks like we had Infinite Homie join us as well.
Yeah. Before we get to Infinite Homie, Crypto Bushi, did you have any other follow-up questions for Jampol?
No, but the talent protocol sounds super cool. I've heard of it before, but I'd not heard of it like as easily described as you have. And so it's something I definitely want to check out too. So unrelated to your grant, I guess, but very cool.
All right, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jampol, applicant number 20. Thank you so much for your time, Jampol. We really appreciate it.
See you later.
All right.
Thanks for the time.
No worries. And joining us right now, we have is Infinite Homie, applicant number 18. Infinite, how are you?
What? Oh, hi. I'm trying to make it one day at a time.
No,
but I'm doing pretty good.
Good. So, welcome. Welcome to the AMA. If you don't mind, just give us a brief introduction. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about your application and how you plan on using the grant money.
Okie doke. So I'm Homie. Infinite Homie for short. A fun little side note. My family and I, our nicknames, we just called each other Homie, and we've been doing that for like 20 years now. So it just kind of stuck. So I just kind of kept going with it. So that's why everybody calls me Homie. But anyway, so day job, work at a bank. It's a very long process, very struggling process because it's a bank. But what I want to essentially do is just like what I do as far as like working at a bank. I want to make sure that everyone has the chance and has the ability to be empowered to learn and how to contribute into things like DAOs, cooperatives, communities, things like that as far as Web3 is concerned. So I'm just kind of centering what my application is around like various things. Like there's the Test DAO, which is a community that's kind of going right now. It's kind of a little bit of a struggle because of funding purposes that I'm just trying to get things off of the ground. And then also kind of working on other things that can just get like contributors into feeling comfortable learning about Web3, about crypto, and about just what it means to be a contributor in a different area or in a different space than just your typical like 9 to 5. So what we've been doing so far, trying to get it off the ground, of course, but learning specifically about the tools that kind of make the infrastructure of a lot of DAOs. We've had a few people kind of have interest in giving walkthroughs of their product, and have a few people kind of giving interest about talking about what it's like, the good, the bad, the ugly of being in DAOs, contributing in this different world, and kind of what it takes to kind of keep that motivation going. And we're just trying to make it, if you will. So, that's about what I got.
Awesome. No, thank you for your time. Thank you for that. As to the community members that we have on the sidelines, do you guys have any follow-up questions for Homie?
So, are you basically going to use the funds for like trying to kickstart this new DAO that you're working on? Like, is it your DAO, or is it like a DAO you're part of, or?
It's something that a community that I've funded, and really just using the funds to kickstart that and to kind of help others that are I'm really just using this to kind of attempt to just pay it forward, to kind of get the funding together to build the structure out of the community and, help others in a sense as well, and just kind of keep the funding going along, because life is a little bit, funding is hard these days, just in general. So I'm just trying to use this as kind of a springboard to kind of get things going.
Okay, cool. And what's the purpose of that DAO again? Like you were saying that it's like education, or what is it about? What
the goal is that we're using it's a couple different ways. We're using tools, learning about tools and learning about the education of DAO infrastructure for others to be comfortable with DAOs. So I'm really bad at talking and trying to make this succinct, so I do apologize. So long story short, we want to help people learn how to contribute and be more comfortable contributing into DAOs. So, and into the society as a whole.
Okay, that's interesting. And like, where do you plan to like source these types of people? Just curious.
When you say source the types of people, source the contributor, like source the people that are learning, or still source the people that are educating?
Yeah, I guess like the main like DAOs right now are like very much a big echo chamber. Like you see the same people kind of in all the different DAOs, right? Like, you know, I'm a Bankless DAO. I'm assuming you are as well because you would Chippy. And then like, you know, when I'm in like other DAO Discords and stuff, like I see people that I recognize. So it's like it's very much an echo chamber, and it's like, okay, you know, everybody talks about wanting to bring new people into the space and educating them, but it's like how do we go about finding those people and not just, you know, churning the same groups of people over and over again? Do you know?
Things like that. And yes, I have seen the same people out and about as well, but I've also seen a lot of new people, and those people also know people, right? So, you know, there are still spots where there are new contributors trying to learn. Sometimes the biggest issue as far as ultimately seeing the same people learning and growing, or the same people wherever you go, is that the new people they could be afraid. They could be afraid. They could just not know to figure out how to speak up and figure out how to move forward and be a productive member of society. So people are still there. So we need to look at those people, and those people have friends, right? So then if we give the good experience of not being afraid to speak up in DAOs and not being afraid to contribute, you know, those people will move on to other people, and all of our friends that we have, because even though we are in a kind of an echo chamber of like-minded people, we all still have people around us, right? So if we bring the validity, if you will, of understanding that this is a new way to work and a new way to understand things and a new way to move forward, then yeah, I think you can bring a lot of people, but we need to not, you know, I guess we kind of need to not think that it's just we see the same people, because there's still a lot of people that are out there that we haven't seen before. Like TestDAO, this testing community, we see new people like every day. And we see new people in like Research Guild and Bankless DAO. I've seen new people in Crypto Sapiens. So they're out there. We just got to find them. So we use our, you know, big mouths, talking points, talking about stuff to just kind of find people and bring them in. So I hope that helps.
Yeah, those are all great points. Thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that question as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so it sounds like what you're trying to do is engage already existing members that are just kind of lurking. You know, like you're saying, there's a huge talent pool there. They need someone to actually engage with them.
Right. And
okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Great questions, and thanks for those responses, homie. Is there anything else that you want to end with?
Oh, well, I really appreciate the chance to really like talk about things, hear all of the other people that are out there, because there's a lot of great people that are, you know, looking to build and grow and learn by using this grant. So it's awesome. Crypto Bushi, like I said, I've seen you everywhere, and I've really admired everything that you've done, and to kind of give me a lot of the goals to try and figure out what to do in this here land. But I just appreciate it. So I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you, homie. That was Infinite Homie, applicant number 18. Thank you so much for your time and for attending. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Take it easy, y'all. Have a good one.
You too.
You too.
All right, and thank you for all those who are listening. That was the end of that was the last applicant in attendance. Thank you for your time. The snapshot is still live. It will end Friday, midnight Friday, Pacific Standard Time. So please cast your vote. Don't forget to vote. All the information can be found on the snapshot vote or in our Discord. So feel free to check it out. Again, please vote.